This is the iPhone 7 Plus, and it's the phone I have been using for the past 18 months. To my nerdy mind, that's old, but in fact, it is the iPhone I would recommend to most people. Originally, I wanted to wait for the iOS 11.3 to come out before making this review because of the built-in battery diagnostics feature. If you don't know what has been going on, Apple has been slowing down iPhones with older batteries in order to prevent accidental shutdowns. I mean, there's a bit more to it, but that's the basic idea. I got fed up with waiting, so I ended up contacting Apple support, who ran the battery diagnostics test remotely. I was told the battery health is good, whatever that means. That's not too surprising though, given I still get about 10 plus hours of screen on time with the low power mode turned on. With the battery covered, let's go back to the regular review structure. Design, performance, camera, features, and so on. The design is fine. In the era of bezel-less phones, it doesn't look like the most modern device anymore, but overall, I would still consider the chassis elegant with hidden antenna bands and this matte aluminium body, which hides fingerprints much better than the latest glass iPhones. Performance is alright as well. It's difficult to say whether it got any slower compared to brand new, but personally, I have not noticed any slowdown in my daily usage, consisting of emails, Google Maps, FaceTime, web browsing, and not to mention endlessly scrolling Twitter and watching YouTube. Apple was the company which kickstarted the whole dual camera craze, but if you have seen my video on the OnePlus 3T comparing it to the 5, you will have known that I am not the biggest fan of this approach. Do not get me wrong, the idea is great. In this case, essentially having two different lenses, in other words, zoom options to choose from without a significant loss in quality. Well, that's the theory. In practice, the primary camera, also found on the non-Plus iPhone 7, is visibly better than the second telephoto one. The images produced with the main camera are sharper, with more detail and nicer colors. The zoomed-in camera is, in my opinion, only usable in good lighting conditions, so forget taking portrait photos with those nicely blurred backgrounds indoors. Just not worth it, they turn out grainy. On top of that, the difference in video is even more pronounced. The primary camera shoots beautiful, stabilized 4K video. I got some really impressive clips from that, but I try to avoid using the secondary camera in video altogether. Not only is the image itself worse, but the second camera module is not internally stabilized. That combined with the more zoomed in image makes the footage very shaky unless you have the phone on a tripod or some sort of a gimbal. Look, if you desperately want a phone with dual camera, the iPhone X is probably your best bet right now. I much prefer the approach Google took with the Pixel 2 though, trying to perfect one camera instead of splitting the attention and therefore resources between two. In terms of the extra features, the biggest difference I noticed coming from the iPhone 6s Plus were the stereo speakers. They are not front-facing, but sound really good for a phone and do not get covered up easily. The other headline feature of the iPhone 7 and 7 Plus was water resistance. No, I don't drop my phone into a toilet or into a puddle every day, but living in the UK, I appreciate having the extra peace of mind that my phone is gonna survive a bit of rain. Cleaning the phone and running water comes in convenient as well. I still wish Apple used USB-C instead of the proprietary Lightning connector in their mobile devices, but because of some reason, they don't want to do that. And yes, I'm going to keep complaining about it. The major negative point has been Touch ID for me. When the phone was brand new, it worked very well. However, if you use the phone a lot, the oleophobic coating on the sensor wears off, meaning it gets dirty quicker, resulting in it not being able to properly read the fingerprint. To conclude this review, I would still recommend this phone, or the smaller iPhone 7 for that matter, for anyone looking to buy an iPhone and not quite ready to drop £1,000 on the new iPhone X. The 8 and 8 Plus bring only small improvements and, in my opinion, should be avoided. And before you ask, no, during my entire time with this phone, I haven't missed the headphone jack once. I'm now editing the video and have just realized that I have totally skipped over the software. It's quite easy to sum up though. It's still iOS, meaning you get the familiar yet bland grid of icons. The notification center is a total mess, and sadly, it's a bit more buggy and inconsistent than it used to be.